Hey guys, this is Carrie from Tone Wars. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We're really excited to hang out with you and to have you be part of our community. If you like what you see here, here's a couple ways you can support the channel. We always appreciate super chats very much, but here's a couple other ways you can support the channel and get something in return other than just content. If the super chat feature doesn't work for you, or if you're watching after the live stream, Jarrod's PayPal account link is listed below. Any donation of any amount is greatly appreciated. Since the show is sponsored in part by Motor City Guitar, we've included an affiliate link below. By clicking the link below, everybody wins. You're getting a great deal on some awesome equipment, you're supporting a store that has tons of inventory and great customer service, and you're supporting Tone Wars. And on top of all of that, if you live outside of the state of Michigan, whenever you buy anything from Motor City Guitar, you don't pay any sales tax. And last but certainly not least, you can visit our website at tonewars.com. The link is below. There you will find some awesome KEMPER profile packs with the tone and feel guitar players love. You will also find presets for the very popular HELIX, HX Effects, HX STOMP, and Pod Go. Alright, the show's about to begin. We look forward to hanging out with you, so grab your favorite drink and join us in the live chat.
Welcome to Tone Wars. Hey guys, what's happening? Thanks so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it very much. It has been quite the adventure today. I've been shooting my my video about gain. That's definitely taking on a life of its own. Lots of different things I got to do to get that done. So sorry it's taking so long, but hopefully it'll be worth the wait when I get it done. I'll be shooting it over the, several different days. So I'm not always going to be wearing the same clothes, and it's weird. It looks like I'm, shooting like this. This long kind of thing. It's weird. Anyways, let me say hello to everybody. I think I saw Matt Force in here. Thanks again, Matt, for helping me out today with finding this this amplifier. We were back in the stockroom today, and Matt literally risked his life climbing up there to get this for me. So I really appreciate that very much, Matt. You're the man. Jason Taylor, what's up, man? Thank you so much for the super chat. Jason says, looking forward to this. I have both the 50 watt and the 100 watt versions, but haven't played either in a while, so it'll be good to get your opinion. Just bought the JP2C, so I may not keep both anyway. Oh, got the JP there. Yeah, congrats on the JP, dude. I think you'll like it. Maybe I'll, before I bring this back tomorrow, I'll do a little comparison between the two. Maybe I should try that. Maybe that'd be kind of fun. Tomorrow, maybe I could do that if I got time. JJ's House of Jams, what's happening, man? Says, rock on, everybody. I had the TC50. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. Awesome. Thank you. Brad Shimke, good evening, Dr. Chugs. What's up, buddy? Good to see you here. Gunnerman 54, never heard this amp. Excited for the show tonight. Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. James Miller, I don't know about this amp either. Interesting. Well, I'm glad I have it on. That's it was a good choice. Everybody thank Matt Force for this. You guys suggested it as well, but Matt went out of his way to make sure I had something for the show tonight and found this. So, again, thank you, Matt. There he is. Looking forward to this one. Thanks, buddy. You mofo. I have a buddy who sold his rectifier and picked up this amp because it sounded so good. Awesome. What's up, Daryl McMillan? What's going on, Marty5? Jason Taylor, according to Mesa's own words, this amp has the most gain on tap of any of the amps. Jarrod will be the judge of that. Interesting, yeah. Let's find out, huh? Return to Kodo, what's happening, man? He says, nice to see this amp. I was considering this for a few months back. And then Tech Death Hippie, interesting amp. Well, guys, I really appreciate you being here. Like I said, so tonight's going to be pretty short compared to what I usually do because I got a lot on my plate. I've been shooting all day, And I have to get this gain episode done. I'm like bound and determined to get this thing done. I'm way behind schedule on it. So while I have all the lights on and you know all that stuff, and my hair did, might as well shoot the rest of it tonight. I'll be up till probably 3 getting this done for you guys, but I can't wait. So it's amazing how long these episodes take when they're that in depth. It really is. And you don't know until you start doing it, and then you're like, then more ideas pop in your head, and more, and you're writing all this stuff down and going, when am I going to finish this? It's going to be like a Lord of the Rings trilogy or something. It's going to be nuts. Maybe Peter Jackson can help me shoot it. All right, so I'm on channel 3 right now. I got the effects loop on, and I got the gear cam. Oh, I don't have the gear cam on. Let me turn that on for you guys. There's the gear cam. That way you can see what's going on with the amplifier. I did a very quick dial-in with it. It's an EL34 amp, which is pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. Let me just do a couple of my typical riffs on it so you guys can hear what it sounds like. Here we go. So yeah, that's just some, some riffs there, to give you an idea. So again, that's channel 3. Okay, let me switch over to channel 2 and show you that one. Okay, channel 3, in my opinion, is probably the most aggressive of the 3 channels on here. So let me go to channel 2 now. Alright, so that's channel 2. And just so you guys know too, like I don't know if you can see it clearly on the cam, but the gain is all the way up on both channels, and it doesn't have too much. Like it's a great rock amp. I think this amp, in my opinion, okay, would be a good like rock, really good like rock, hard rock kind of amp. It's got its foot on the grass of the metal territory. You know, it's kind of like, you know, it's just threatening to put its feet there. Like, I think it'll do metal pretty well. It's not as aggressive as some of the other amps that I've used, but that's not a bad thing. It's actually got a lot of clarity. Like when you're playing solos and stuff, you can really hear the top end. Like there's not a lot of hair on it. So no fizz. It's just a clear, drier kind of gain. And you can really hear the picks slapping the strings when you're doing sweeps and crap like that. It actually sounds pretty freaking good. I bet you double track this thing would sing like crazy in the studio. It'd be really good. It sounds like a really good recording amp too. Like it's clean. It's like it's very produced sounding. You know, so like if you were to bring it into a studio, there's not a whole lot the engineer would have to do to it to make it sit in a mix properly. It's got that nice, clean, crisp, fast kind of punchy top end. It's bright. It's a brighter amp. It's a different kind of brightness. You know what I mean? Like with the JP and like the other, like the Mark and like the Dual Rex stuff, those have like a different type of top end than this one does. This has a little sunnier kind of top end, but I like it. It's kind of nice. It's chimey, you know. But does it have enough gain for me? If I crank it all the way up, slam it with an overdrive, yeah, I could play. I'll play a couple mixes for you tonight. Again, this will be shorter than usual because I'm not kidding you guys, I got so much on my plate right now, it's crazy. But I'll do a couple mixes for you, most likely on channel 3 because that's the most aggressive channel. Now Jason was saying that Mesa said that this was their highest gain amp. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, far from me to, you know, to differ from what Mesa says about their own products, but maybe it's just the type of gain. I feel like the type of gain that's in the JP and in the Dual Rec Roadster, at least, it's a little more aggressive. It's got more hair on it in the top. You know, it's just they're more aggressive. Maybe this has more gain, but they're more aggressive, if that makes sense. So. But yeah, I think this is a great, just straightforward, if you want to just go on stage and play in pretty much any rock band and fit in and sound good, there you go. I mean, this thing is it's got a nice produced sound to it. You know, again, there's not too much of anything in it. It's got a great overall rounded sound. Just very well-rounded amp. And then let me do the clean channel for you. Which is channel 1. I got some effects on it. I'll turn those off after I play for a second, and then we'll hear it straight. Okay, so that's with effects. Let me turn those off now and hear it. You guys can hear it straight. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's nice. It's got 3 very usable channels on it. You got a really good clean channel. You got a nice crunch rhythm for like good straightforward rock, and then you got the higher gain for channel 3 for like rock, heavier rock, solos, and it definitely dabbles in the metal territory for sure. And just the clarity is great, you know. What I like about the clarity on this amp, though, is it's not clarity that makes you feel insecure. It's supportive and clear at the same time. Where some amps that are really clear and dry, they make you feel insecure. You're like, it's one of those amps where you're like, oh, you better be on your game if you're playing this amp, you know. Yeah, you got to be on your game all the time, right? So I get that, but at the same time, this one is like supportive and clear at the same time. It's very rewarding when you do things right, which for me is great because I don't do things right probably about half the time. So half the time I'm really happy. Like, oh wow, that was good. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, I'm so glad that I got a chance to get to know this. That's really what I love about this channel, and what I love about, you know, hanging with you guys too, is it kind of forces me out of my box, you know, and makes me kind of go out and try different things and stuff. And Matt's been a great help too at Motor City Guitar, for like just handing me stuff and going, dude, try this, you know, and he kind of knows what I like, so I trust him. You know, he's always been right on everything so far. So feature wise, this has MIDI, which is awesome. It's got the foot switch, and it has a solo button on the foot switch, which you can, when you go into your leads, it gives you that volume boost, which Mesa's kind of famous for. Gives you that. EL34, which is kind of cool, especially for a Mesa. You got the ELs, which is nice. And then you have attenuators. Like, you got a multi-soak on all these channels here. So each channel's got its own soak. Like, if I don't have my glasses on, I think it's 3, 7, 20, 50, and 100. So those are the different wattage ratings that it has. So you can turn it up and down. Headphone out, cab clone. So it's a pretty loaded amp, you know. So again, if you're looking for something that's pretty much just straight up the middle, nothing too crazy in any direction, just a very good, safe, very good, healthy sounding amp. You know, it's got a healthy version of everything that you want. I would consider this if I was you. I really would. I think it's got a really nice sound to it, and it looks cool. I like the whatever this is. Looks like what do you call it? Carbon fiber. Looks like carbon fiber. Yeah, it's kind of a cool looking amp too. And again, 3 very usable, very cool channels, especially if you're kind of in that hard rock kind of mode, you know. Cheers. I'm drinking coffee tonight because I'm going to be up late. So, wow, we got 33 people here. And that's what Facebook shows me, or I mean YouTube shows me. There's probably more. Dave Rebell, what's happening? Super Juggernaut, Vox Pathfinder, what's happening? He said put a DS1 in front of it. Yeah, I wish I had one. I don't. So I got the Precision Drive or the KSR tonight. Brad Shimke, do you ever use the Cali EQ patch of your Helix HX effects? Been loving it with my Voodoo modded 5150, especially running a 1x12 extension cap, or 1x15. Yeah, I use it mainly for my, where is it? Behind me. For my Victory Kraken. Yeah, I use it for that because that amp's a little dark, and that EQ just nudges it up in that nice chimey territory that I need. Puts a little sear on it, and it works great. Let me just do a quick mix. Yeah, so let me see here. Hopefully these mixes are good. I haven't had a chance to volume adjust everything perfectly, but we'll see how this works. Give me a second here. I'm going to go to channel 3, okay? Not bad. How's the mix? Let me know how the mix is. I want to make sure I'm, good with all that. But yeah, kept up with that mix. I think it sounded really good. I think for what I do, I like a little more aggression, but it does the trick. It does work, and I think it sounds really good. Um, and I really like this amp. I think you're literally seeing me get to know this amp right now. I probably spent 10 minutes with it before we went live to adjust all the levels and stuff. That's really all the time I had with it. I like to do that because what's nice about doing that is I can organically have organic real reactions to the amplifier while we're doing the show. So it's kind of nice, so you're watching real reactions to it and real thoughts coming out, so yeah, I think I really like the power soak, the multi-soak options on all 3 channels. I mean, it's a very feature-rich amplifier. And you also have, on the input, you have low, high, and clean. Really interesting. So you can change how much input you have as well, depending on your pickups. So that's kind of cool. Again, just very, very feature-loaded amp. The foot switch has 6 switches on it. You got reverb, effects, solo on top, then channel 1, 2, and 3 on the bottom. And yeah, and it's not the big long one. It's like the more square, trying to lift it up over the picture there, more square kind of one. Yeah, so pretty compact, very nice. I'm kind of really digging the sleek design of the amp. I think it looks really cool. I think they did a really good job on the design. Looks pretty neat, man. I like it. Read some comments here. Let's see, it's 8:30. I got to keep track of the time. I'll be on for another 20 minutes or so. Jason Taylor says, yeah, it's funny what they say about the gain, but I didn't feel it myself. Yeah, it's weird, right? Maybe, like I said, maybe there's a lot of gain, but it's just a drier, clearer type of gain, so you don't feel like it's just not aggressive, as aggressive as other amps. So you feel like, well, all right, maybe there is a lot of gain on the blueprint, But my ears and my hands are kind of like, I need more, so I cranked it all the way up, and there's definitely enough there to do what I'm doing, But it's just not as aggressive. And now some people really like that more smoother kind of clearer type of gain with less hair on it. It's just got that nice clear top end to it, and you can hear all your notes very well. And again, it's really rewarding when you do things well, which happens to me every once in a while. So, but yeah, it's pretty unique, especially compared to the other Mesa products that I've had on the show. It's definitely got its own thing going on, which is great, because if every amp in the Mesa, family all sounded kind of the same, except maybe they had very slight differences, it'd be like, well, why buy any of them? This definitely stands out. It's its own thing. So you have the Rectifier series, you have the Mark series, and then you have this guy, which they're all individual, very individual amplifiers, So if you're a big Mesa fan and you want to collect these and have how it is, Mesa makes awesome stuff, I want all of it. This is definitely something you should add to your collection if you like that. And again, if you play the metals, if you're mainly just a knockdown, drag out, brawling metal guy, I mean, the Mark and the JP and the Roadster and stuff like that would be more a safer bet for you. But if you're like a straightforward rock player, I'm telling you, I really think you would enjoy this amp a lot. It just works. Like I said, it sounds very produced. It's done. You don't have to do a lot of stuff to it. You don't have to dial a bunch of extra stuff out. That's like, oh, it's too this or it's not enough that. It's just and I don't mean this as a slight, it's actually a very nice compliment to the amp. It's a very safe amp. It's just safe. Everything on it just sounds good. It's just very good, straightforward, type of amplifier, some amps are quirky, and they're kind of polarizing. Some people are like, I understand why you like that about it, but it's kind of weird for me or whatever. Not so here. Pretty well produced sounding amp. Let's do I'm going to attempt this one. I don't usually play this one live because it's like one of my hardest solos. So here's all my excuses in case I make a mistake. The sun's in my eyes. I didn't get much sleep last night. My coffee's cold, and I got a hangnail. Yeah, and it hurts really bad. So if I make any mistakes, I think those excuses will cover it. All right, here we go. Made it. Okay, so yeah, that was pretty cool. I like how I can hear, like when I'm doing the sweeps, I can hear the pick just banging on each string on the way down and up. There's a lot of great clarity there. The top end on this amp is really good. In fact, where am I at? So I backed the presence down to just below noon, and I got the treble down just below noon. So, and I got the bass up a little bit, you know, on this one. Like, it's amazing how the voicing on all these amps is so different. Like, on a Mark, I'd have the bass at like 9 o'clock. On this one, I got it at 1 o'clock. So, and the mids are slightly scooped, you know, but I just think it's set up really well. Especially, you know, that's a testament to how easy this amp is to set up, too. Excuse me, is that I literally had about 10 minutes with it before we went live, and I set up all 3 channels, and it was like, okay, it all makes sense. There's nothing weird about it. There's no weird thing that you got to learn, like, well, on that amp, you got to really crank this, and it's got too much of that, so you got to pull that down. It's just pretty normal. Pretty freaking normal stuff, so it totally works. So, yeah, so that was, what was that, mix number 2. I'll do a couple more for you and hang out and do a couple more questions and answers. Scott Fulmar, he says, thanks, Gary, again, for all you do. Heard mesas are hard to dial in for a good tone. Did you find that with the limited time that you had with this amp? Oh, I guess I read your mind, right? Thank you for the super chat, buddy. I really appreciate that. And hopefully what I said was in a sufficient answer for you. David Bell says the mix is great. Awesome. Oh, yeah, please, Super Juggernaut, thank you. Please give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying this video. It does help the algorithm quite a bit. I appreciate it. Jason Taylor says, I get my JP2C on Friday, so I'm hoping I made a good choice. I think I did. I'll be selling at least one of my Triple Crowns. Oh, yeah, dude, I'm telling you, you're going to like it. In fact, if you got my email, so if you need anything, feel free to email me if you need any help with anything. Like, I can send you some settings for starters, you know, if that would help you at least have a launching pad to kind of, you know, because these amps, like the JPs, can be a little overwhelming. You got 2 separate EQs, and you got 3 different channels, and assigning them to the EQs, it could be a little overwhelming at first, but you know, maybe if I send you some stuff, and I'd be happy to do that, like some pictures of my settings, at least it would help you have a starting point, and you can obviously adjust things from there because everybody likes different stuff. So, but I'd be happy to help you in any way I can, dude. Super Juggernaut says, crunchy, digging the new song. Return Dakota says, thanks, buddy. Yeah, it's one of those songs where the solo is pretty challenging for me, so I always get nervous to play when I play it live, because I'm like, oh, if I screw this up, it's going to be embarrassing, but thank you. He says, with Mesa Boogies, once you learn one channel, you could pretty much operate the whole amp. You're right. The Mark amps are a bit more difficult, but the same idea applies. No, you're right, dude. You're absolutely right. Once you get one channel down, the rest of it is pretty much like, okay, I get it now. That works, you know. Let me do this. I'll do like one of my typical mixes. Let's just do this one. I'll do this on channel, turn the volume down on that. I'll do this on channel 2. Just to see how that works, and see if that will keep up with the heaviness that I need for this one. 1 second. Okay, that worked. That totally worked. Hopefully the mix was good. Maybe I turned this down when I wasn't supposed to. Let me do that mix one more time just in case, because I think maybe that mix was too low for the guitar. 1 second. You know, the more I play this, I mean, Channel 2 is pretty cool. The more I play this, the more I think this is like a studio queen, you know? Like obviously you can play it live, but I mean, this is a great recording amp. It just wants to be recorded, you know? Like, it's so tailored. You know, it's got this nice tailored kind of sound to it, where it's not flubby, it's not too flubby or too bright or too harsh or this or that. And even the gain settings on this is like, honestly, and you know what, and the reason why this is all popping in my head right now is because I'm doing my gain video, and there's a huge difference in the part that I'm covering tonight is, you know, studio gain versus live gain, because there's a difference. And this one here, especially on channel 2, is like studio gain. Like, you could double track this, and you're not going to have to turn the gain down because you're having too much saturation on the dual tracks or even quad tracks. You're not going to feel like, oh, now it's all muddy and messy. It's not. It's very clean. It's got a very clean, tailored sound to it, and the gain's all the way up on this thing. So it's all the way up, and it's just got that nice, clear, recorded, very just pristine kind of tailored sound to it. I don't know how else to put it. It's just nice. It fits in a mix very well. I feel like everything is very clear, and yeah, tailored and produced. I guess those are the two words I would describe this amp with. You know, so let's do this. I am going to I'm going to be on channel 2, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the gain down to 9 o'clock, noon, 3 o'clock, and all the way up, just so you can hear the different amounts of gain that are in it. And I'm going to do it with the overdrive pedal on because that's just what I use, you know. And if you want, I could do it again with the overdrive pedal off. In fact, I will, because there's another feature I want to show you guys. 1 second. Alright, hang on, I got a tune. I have a feeling I'm going to snap a string soon. This is what happens when my strings, I know these strings so well, when I'm about to snap one, they start getting wonky on me. There it is, the G. Yep, I bet you, I wouldn't be surprised if I snapped one tonight. Because they start going out of tune on me in weird places. And then next thing I know, poink! And I'm like, yep, saw that coming, hang on. Yep, there's definitely enough gain there. And it also has a normal and tight mode. So I'm going to turn the overdrive pedal off now and show you those two modes. Right now it's in normal mode, which gives you more low end, which I prefer because when I hit it with the overdrive, it tightens that low end up and there's still enough left over for it to be punchy and full. Whereas in the tight mode, it kind of does that for you a little bit. And then if you hit that with an overdrive, depending on your taste, it could tighten it up a little too much, and now it's too thin, which you can attenuate and add more bass to, but, you know. So, channel 2, overdrive off, it's on normal, and I'm going to switch to tight in a second. You'll see me do that. Yeah, it's pretty cool in the tight mode. I think, like, depending on your taste, your pickups, and the type of music that you're playing, some guys might just like that raw kind of sound and not hit it with an overdrive and enjoy that. So it's pretty cool. It's got a nice kind of bounce to it. So let me do the same thing. I'm going to switch over to channel 3 and do the same thing. Okay, overdrive pedals off. And we are in normal mode. Okay, here we go. That was a weird squeal there. I don't know what that was all about, but stuff happens. Yeah, I felt like the same thing. That was a little fuller, a little bigger sounding channel, and a little more gain. And again, depending on your taste, you would try the tight or the normal switch, and either hit it or not hit it with an overdrive. I hit everything with an overdrive because that's just what I do, and I love how it feels, and I'm actually going to go over that in my gain episode as well. So, but yeah, I just think it's a very well-rounded amp. I love the features. I'm a features guy. I like options. I like being able to, get different things out of my amps, when I'm using them, and enjoy that. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, you know. Sorry, I'm getting all these messages here. Oh, Jason, thank you so much for the super chat, dude. Yeah, you said awesome. Thanks so much for the offer to send me some settings on the JP. I love that. Thanks. I'll do that. If you don't hear from me by tomorrow, feel free to send me an email, dude. Seriously, like, I'm swimming in episodes right now and trying to get this done. So if I forget, I apologize in advance. But I will definitely do my best to get those out to you within the next day. Okay. So you said you're getting it on Friday. So yeah, I'll try to get those tonight or tomorrow. But again, please feel free to email me. No problem with that, because I want to make sure that you're happy with what you got, dude. Okay, so Warmcore, what's happening, man? He says, Toy, you big dummy, what's happening? He said, yeah, it sounds perfect. Another would be tailored and produced. Yeah, dude, it just got this really nice tailored, produced sound to it. I think it's just a good all-around, straightforward, you know, I was going to say no frills, but there's some really good frills on this. You have the attenuators on all three channels that go 3, 7, 20, 50, and 100 watts. That's awesome. You got the cab clone on the back with the direct out and the headphones out. You also have the MIDI. You got the foot switch. You have different settings on the input. You got high, low, and clean. You also have the tight. You know, you can go tight or normal on actually on all three channels, or actually on the two gain channels. And then on the clean channel, you got normal or drive, so you can add a little bit of breakup on that too. You got the solo output, volume separate. I mean, 3 very usable channels. I mean, it's just a good all-around amp, you know. It sounds great, you know. It feels good to play too. It doesn't feel, I don't feel uncomfortable with it. Again, I prefer something a little more aggressive, but this does do the trick, you know. I think if you're into rock or the hard rock territory, and again, you want to stick your foot on the grass of the metal territory, it can do it, you know. It can definitely do that. And the fit and finish of this amp is really cool. It's not super huge either. Like, you know, it's not really, it's like not one of those big behemoth, like battleship looking amps. It's just got it's the right amount of size. And again, it's got the EL34s in the back too. So it's pretty freaking cool, man. I like it. Let me switch this input too. Let me just see what that's like. I'll go to, I'm on channel 3, got the overdrive on. So I'm going to change the input from high to low to clean and just see how it affects the sound. I haven't even tried this yet. 1 second. Well, don't I feel like a horse's patoot? Oh, that is the channel selector. I thought it was the input, little different inputs, because I was like, where's the channel selector? Because usually it'll say channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. It's got high, low, and clean. So I thought that was a different input, like on my Ingle. I got a high, low on the input on the Ingle, so that's what I thought it was. So, hey, we all learned something tonight. That's what that is, because as soon as I saw it turn to channel 2, I'm like, oh, wait, that's the channel selector. All right. Credibility gone. I'm a moron. Oh my god, that's funny. Anyways, yeah, great amp. I definitely think that this is something that a lot of people would really like. Tech Death Hippie says, pretty thick sounding. I like it more than the Stiletto already. Yeah, I haven't played the Stiletto yet, but I wouldn't mind trying one of those out. I'm just going back and read some of you guys' comments here. Let's see here. JJ's House of Jams, the TC50 takes EL34 or 6L6, also takes 6V6, which takes it down to 25 watts. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Kevin Boyle says, great looking amp. No, it is, right? I mean, it's kind of stylish, you know, it's kind of furniture-y, but in a good way, you know, it's got that nice, I like that carbon fiber kind of look there. Pretty neat. Yeah, they make good stuff, man. I mean, I'm a big Mesa fan. I got the Mark 525, I got the JP, and then I have the Dual Rec Roadster. I just think they're awesome freaking amplifiers. You know, they do such a good job on their stuff. Let's see here. Make sure I'm reading everybody's comments. Don't want to ever make anybody feel like they've been ignored. So yeah, again, pretty enjoyable amplifier. Seriously, it's fun. It's a lot of fun to play, and yeah, it's doing all the stuff that I'm doing tonight. It's keeping up with me pretty well. So, you know, I'm enjoying it. Let me see, what do I got here? Let me do one more mix, and then we'll hang out for a minute, and then we'll call it a night. Again, sorry I'm so short tonight. It's just I got to get this stuff done. It's been really crazy this week. Let's see, 1 second. Okay, yeah, I got a pretty heavy gate on this in my Helix right now, so that's really helping with the noise. So I'm going to turn the gate off and then back on again. Check this out. Yeah, that's channel 3. Now channel 2 doesn't have as much of a hum to it. So there's the difference. Maybe it's my room, maybe it's my electricity here, who knows. But it's not horrible, but you know, I got this thing's loud. I mean, what you guys are hearing like out there is like it's all attenuated like through my system, through, you know, through the interwebs, but in the room it's probably around 90 dBs in here right now. This thing's pounding, you know. So it's pretty loud. If you turn everything down, obviously you're not going to get that much hum, but a good noise gate will fix that anyways. That's what's so nice about the Helix, is that every amp it pairs with, and they all have a different kind of noise shelf to them, and I adjust the inner noise gates for each amp, and it works. I just keep cranking it, and then noise disappears. I'm like, well, I guess that's where I got to set it for this particular amp. So they're all a little different. But again, I got the gain cranked, and it's about 90 dBs in here. It's loud. So, you know, keep that in mind. And again, channel 2, which is the blue channel, which is not nearly as loud. Channel 3 is a little louder, but there's probably pretty good reasons for that. Everything cranked like it is. So anyways, well, guys, sorry it's so short tonight. If there's any other questions or anything, I'll be happy to answer those before I close out for the night. But like as soon as we get done, I got to get some food, and then I'm going to take the Ingle, put it right back here, and hopefully finish this gain episode and get it up this week for you guys. I was supposed to have it up last week, and that's how long it's taken me because it's just so involved. But I'm trying to cover all my bases with that. So if there's any other questions, please feel free to shoot them at me, and then we'll take care of that, and then I'll close out for the night and get back to work. I'll just hang out. I know there's a lag here, so I'll just hang out for a minute here. And again, I appreciate you guys being here very much. And thanks again so much for the super chats. seriously, guys, it means a lot to me, man. There's a lot that goes into these videos and these live streams, and it really helps. It really helps. Christopher, he says, thanks for another awesome time. You make this Wednesday awesome. Oh, thanks, buddy. And right back at you. Seriously, like, without you guys, I don't have a show. I just, I don't know what I would do. Like, just go live and talk to nobody. So it's always great to have you guys here. It seriously is. I love having you guys here. I kind of figured tonight would be a little light too because of all the stuff that's going on. Everybody's pretty distracted with that. So, and it's understandable. So, I'm just distracted with trying to get my gain episode done. So it's been interesting. Let's see here. Andre, what's going on, buddy? With the horns. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. Again, sorry it was so short. Hopefully it was informative. There's a link below for Motor City Guitar. I want to thank Motor City Guitar and Matt over at Motor City and Marty, the owner, for allowing me to take this home and trusting me with it and being able to do this episode for you guys. So I really appreciate that very much. And if you guys need anything and you're shopping for gear or accessories anyway, there's a link below for Motor City Guitar. Just click that link and it takes you right to their store. And buy whatever you want. And seriously, they are a great store. They got pretty much everything and then some. And they have really good prices, great service, and they ship anywhere in the U.S. And if you buy outside of the state of Michigan, you don't pay sales tax. So, and this is there. In fact, it was cool. Like last week I went live with the Nitro, the Splon Nitro, and somebody bought that because of the live stream. So that was really cool because they loved how it sounded on there. And man, that amp slayed. That was a killer amp. So people really liked how that sounded. So I went in there to pick out an amp today, and the Splon was gone. I'm like, where's the Splon? And they're like, someone sold it, or someone bought it from your show. So I'm like, sweet. So yeah, I really appreciate that. It helps the show, it helps the store, and it helps you guys really because it keeps this going, this symbiotic kind of relationship between myself, you guys, and Motor City. Between the three of us, we can get anything done, right? I can have anything on the show and do shootouts and do live streams for you guys, and we can all check out stuff that we normally wouldn't be able to check out. And I'm always honest with you about everything. Like I don't, I'm not here to sell you stuff. I'm here to show you stuff. And if you like it, great. If you don't, tune in next week. Maybe you'll find something there that you like even better. So who knows, But I do like this amp. I think it's made well. It's really cool. I'm glad to have had a chance to play through it, and it literally took me minutes to dial in, and I thought it sounded really good tonight. It sounded good on my in-ears, so I'm going to listen back and timestamp the show, so I'll check it out in the mix there too, but I'm sure it performed really well on the mixes. Gunnerman, thanks, dude. Thanks for the super chat. He says, thanks for the show tonight. Thank you, dude. Thank you all so much. God bless you guys. I know there's a lot of things you could be doing tonight, and I'm honored and privileged that you chose to spend your evening with me, and I really appreciate that very much. So thank you so much, guys. Without you guys, like I said, I don't have a show. So appreciate it. God bless you guys. And Carrie and I will see you guys on Sunday night at 7 Eastern Standard Time now. Until then, you guys take care of yourself. Every day's a gift, and thank you so much for spending part of yours with me. All right, take care, guys.